everyone, welcome back to my channel. So a couple weeks ago I posted a get ready with me video, and in that video we unfortunately had some technical difficulties. I did not even realize that there were technical difficulties until after I filmed, until I was literally editing the video. I feel bad because a lot of the steps in my makeup routine were skipped and you guys didn't get to see what I was doing. Also, I lost a lot of good conversation that I was having with you guys. I mean, would that really count as a conversation if I'm just talking to you guys? I'm gonna call it a conversation so it doesn't sound as sad. A lot of conversations got cut out, including the story time of the time that I got misgendered a few months ago. I don't really remember when. It was fairly recent. So yeah, I will be retelling that story today as well as talking about a bunch of other stuff too. So I post videos every Monday and Thursday here on my channel. So if you guys are not yet subscribed, make sure that you do that right now. Go ahead, I'll wait for you. Are you done? Thank you very much. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter to keep as up to date with me as possible. And yeah, with no further ado, let's get right into today's video. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom you guys in again a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. Is that too close? Shrinks down in chair. Anyways, as you can tell, I've already filled in my eyebrows a little bit. Nothing special, nothing too crazy. It's pretty much the same thing I always do. I just add a little color and then carve it out with concealer. So I skipped it for you guys. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is just apply some concealer on my eyelids. This is gonna act like a little eyeshadow base. You can just use like an eyeshadow base also, but concealer works just as well for me. So I'm not gonna do that. Sometimes I'll use a little sponge, but honestly, your finger works just as well to blend this. I have a lot of things that I want to talk about in this video, but first of all, I just want to say how excited I am for, this time of year. Fall makeup is my favorite style of makeup. I don't know why. I just really like the earthy tones, like the browns and the oranges, all that kind of stuff. And also I feel like fall and the Thanksgiving time is when you can really start to wear well, obviously you can wear a dark lipstick whenever you want, but this is when it really comes into season, you know what I'm saying? So I just put enough concealer to cancel out the discoloration and any of the veins or anything that I have on my eyelids. And now I'm just gonna take a little bit of a translucent powder and just dust it over top. This is optional because some people say that you wanna keep your eyeshadow base wet so that the pigment really sticks on really strongly, but I like to put at least a little bit of powder down because I don't know, maybe my blending skills aren't the best. It just looks a little patchy when I do it. I'm gonna use this one. Little James Charles one. Well, it's not the little one, it's the regular size one. So I'm gonna start with this orangey color right in the middle and just get it on my brush. I don't know if I can know. This is gonna act like my transition color. It's gonna stay right in the little crease area. So I'm just gonna keep building up this orange shade until it looks super smooth. I'm gonna deepen up the crease a little bit with this shade. Pretty much do the same thing I did with the last shade, except keep it a little bit tighter to my crease. So I'm gonna take the next shade down in this little line, this dark one, and just do the same thing again. Just bring it even closer. I just remembered that I'm doing a dark lipstick, so I don't want to make this too dark. So yeah, that's where I'm going to stop with the darker shadows, but now I am going to go in with some concealer and cut the crease. While I do that, I do want to take a second to talk about today's sponsor. Today's video sponsor is Ana Luisa. I'm going to keep going with this, but I want to tell you guys a little bit about this brand. I'm going to cut the crease. So basically what I do is just put some concealer on my lash line and then look up, and then it'll give you that nice little line. You can just follow that and extend it or add whatever you want. But Ana Luisa is a jewelry company that makes super high quality jewelry for super inexpensive prices. I've actually worked with them in the past. They have super amazing, super high quality pieces. But my favorite part about it is they're super conscious about the environment and the impact that their company has had on the environment. So not only do they use all recycled materials, but they actually have tracked their carbon footprint and they've taken actions to offset that carbon footprint. So like I said, starting with the sourcing of their raw materials, they've literally tracked the impact that shipping has had on the environment, the impact that, creating the pieces has had on the environment. I'm not super, scientifically accurate with all this stuff. I'll put the link to how they calculated their carbon footprint in the description because I think it's super interesting, honestly. In a time like this where we have to be so conscious of our environment, it really means a lot to me when a company is super conscious of their impact and does something about it. I probably should mention the necklace and the little earrings that I have on right now are from Ana Luisa. And I think this is supposed to go in the front, but also you can wear it in the back if you don't want to have the little clasp in the front, but I think it's super cute in the front, so I'm gonna leave it. But also I got these little earrings. I'll insert a close-up picture of them, but they have little Taurus bulls on them. They have a whole zodiac series of all the different zodiac signs and stuff. I got these little snake ones too. Oh my god, don't look at my chipped nail polish. That's so gross. And my dirty fingers. It's makeup, I promise. They don't have that luxury markup a lot of jewelry stores have. They have jewelry starting as low as $39. Ana Luisa is actually running an exclusive Black Friday deal literally right now. Make sure that you click the link in my description and go check out all their pieces. All right, you guys, as you can see, my crease is cut. So before I put my lid color on, I'm actually just gonna tap in this concealer a little bit. I want this to look as smooth as possible, so when we put the eyeshadow on top, it's also smooth, you know what I'm saying? Last time I filmed to get ready with me, it was election day, and I was stressed about who was gonna be the president. It is officially over. Biden is officially the president-elect. Did you guys hear him shout out the trans community and his tweets on Trans Remembrance Day? Joe! Love to see it. Now I'm gonna take this orange shadow again and just blend this outer corner. Obviously it's looking a little rough. And just try to do a nice little gradient out here. How much better does that look? Do the same thing over here. Get into it. The orange and brown shadows right now are making me feel so festive, so like Thanksgiving-y. Don't get me wrong, I am not a fan of what Thanksgiving stands for, like the genocide, all that kind of shit, but I do like me some food, some turkey. Thanksgiving is definitely a holiday that I could honestly do without, like, sorry, not sorry, but it more so gets me excited for Christmas because every year, the day after Thanksgiving, that Black Friday, we would always go and get like our Christmas tree for the year. So I just kind of always associated like, all right, last day before we get our Christmas tree, last day before the Christmas season. Like, is it too early to watch Christmas movies? Am I allowed to watch The Grinch yet? Oh my God, Elf? I can't wait to watch Elf. If you don't celebrate Christmas, happy whatever you celebrate. I didn't mean to say just Christmas, you know, like, it's Merry Christmas, not Happy Holidays. Like, fuck that. Happy holidays. Love you all. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Diwali. I think Diwali passed. Did Diwali pass? I think Diwali passed. Happy belated Diwali. Oh my God, that Office episode. Diwali, Diwali. I don't even know if that's in the episode, but I love that episode. I already moisturized, so I'm just gonna go in with some primer. Put it around my nose mostly because, you know, that's where my pores are. Speaking of The Office, who's you guys' favorite Office character? Mine changes literally all the time, but I think my top two would have to be Kelly. I love Kelly. Kelly's also my drunk name. She's my drunk alter ego. It's named after Kelly from The Office. But I also love Erin. I feel like Erin is so underrated. She carries the last few seasons, I swear to God. Like the Halloween episode where she's like bobbing for apples. And they're like, she's been down there for a while. And she comes up like, I ate 2 whole apples. I lose my shit every single time. Every single time. Where's my little sponge? My little spongy sponge. Hello. For foundation today, I'm gonna use this one. The Milani Concealer and Perfect Foundation. Great foundation. Chef kiss. Also, don't look at how dirty and disgusting my beauty blender is. I will literally block you. I usually like to take just like 1 pump of this at a time and just like start going in, you know? This foundation is so full coverage. Like, bitch, what freckle? What other Christmas movies are there? I want to see some new ones. What are your favorite Christmas movies? I've actually never seen A Nightmare Before Christmas, so I'm excited to watch that one. I've also never seen the new animated Grinch movie. Maybe I'll watch it now. Speaking of movies and everything, I know it's not a movie, but I recently watched Disclosure. If you guys haven't seen it, it's all about the representation of trans people in media and like how it's impacted our perception of trans people. And like, bitch, that's like my thing. That's what I do. That's what I talk about. It was so good. It had like a bunch of super famous trans people like talking about everything. Laverne Cox is in it. I love me a Laverne Cox. I like don't know what to do about my nose piercing. Like, am I supposed to just go over it? What do I do? How am I supposed to do this? Recently learned a little bit more about my zodiac sign. Like, I'm learning that there's more than just your sun sign. So that's a start, right? My sun sign is Taurus. My moon sign, or my moon sign is a Virgo, which I love Virgos. Me and Virgos get along so well. My best friend is a Virgo. I almost said my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend. My ex-boyfriend is a Virgo. And then my ascendant or rising, I don't even know what to fucking call it. I'm a Leo. My other best friend's a Leo, and she's a fucking crazy bitch, so that makes sense that my ascendant is a Leo. Love you, Cassie. I know you're watching this. You're a crazy bitch. Okay, so that's it for foundation. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna use this Maybelline one. This is in shade 110, so it's just barely lighter than my skin tone, but... So this is where I start to clean out my eyeshadow, and I don't, like, clean it with this thing, you know what I mean? Like, I don't draw the line or clean it up with this. I just kind of go near it, and then I'll take the sponge and get close to it with the sponge. Like, again, like, I don't, like, what am I supposed to do? No regrets though, I love it. It's so cute. Should I do my other nose? Should I do my other nose? Should I do my other nostril? The other side of my nose? This nose? So these are the places that I like to put concealer to really shape my face. So I like to put it right here, and then also right up here to bring my cheekbones up and out. Also because I'm trans, I like to put it right here in between my eyebrows because I feel like it kind of pushes my forehead back. And I'm just using the same sponge that I use for my foundation. And see, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna like literally just tap and get closer and closer and closer. Slowly, and then just keep going over in the same exact spot, and you'll start to see it getting cleaned up and sharper and like more, you know, defined. And I really like cleaning out my eyeshadow like this, especially when I'm not wearing any eyeliner, because it kind of acts like a little bit of a shadow liner. And yeah, once that's blended out, I'll just take a translucent powder. Today I'm just using the airspun powder. I like the airspun powder. Everybody hates on it because it smells like your grandma, but I like it. I don't care. And I'll just take this on a fluffy brush and just kind of go everywhere. It's not that serious. But if you are more dry, you might want to use a little bit less powder. If you're more oily, obviously put a little bit more powder where you get oily. For me, my skin just runs super normal, so I can just kind of go ham. I just said go ham. Unsubscribe. Just kidding, please don't. I don't like to use a lot of powder on my forehead because this is where the light's gonna be bouncing off, and like you want it to look fresh and like cute and dewy. For my nose, again, I'll just kind of go ham. Oh my god, my nose piercing's gonna fucking kill me. Again, if you have a dry face, definitely don't do that because you will look like a fucking chalkboard. I'm just taking a little bit of the Maybelline City Bronzer in shade 200. This is more of a satiny finish bronzer, which I actually really like for contouring because, I don't know, I feel like it makes it look more real. Especially on the nose, you don't want it to be super like matte because it just is gonna look really, really strange in person. You just wanna be careful not to use a bronzer that is too warm. When I'm doing my forehead, I mostly like to focus it right above the outside of my eyebrow to try to bring my forehead in like this. For my jaw, recently I've been doing it a little bit differently. I used to just kind of like go on my jaw, you know what I mean? But lately, you see how like you have this natural shadow down here? I've just been kind of going in the natural shadow and I kind of like how it looks, so what I do is I just take the contour brush and I'll even like pinch it a little bit so it's a little bit thinner and just go right where that line is. You obviously want to be careful doing this, especially if you're trans, because it can look like a 5 o'clock shadow or something like that if it's in the wrong place. So just be careful, make sure that you blend it a lot. For the nose contour, I'm just taking a little bit of a skinnier brush and just using that same bronzer. Do you see what I mean though? Because it's still set and you still get a little bit of that light reflection. I love to bring the contour from my nose all the way up to my eyebrows and then just blend it over into my eyeshadow. Period. I'll also do a little bit across the bridge and then down the front sides, I guess you could say. Now I'm just gonna take this translucent powder again and just bake a little bit. And the most important thing I can say is just make sure that you set your face before you bake. If you just go straight in with the powder on top of your wet foundation, it's gonna look really, really, really light and it's gonna you're gonna get a lot of flashback, honestly. But if you set your face first and then put this on top of it, it'll brush off a lot easier and you won't get that same super, super harsh cast. You'll still get a cast, obviously, that's what you're trying to do when you're baking, but it won't be as hard to blend out, you know what I'm saying? I'll also put a little bit along this line to sharpen up this line even more. Do it right here to just try to set back my forehead a little bit. Oh my god, that's so much powder. If you do what I just did and get powder literally all over you, you can take the same contour brush and just kind of re-emphasize where you have these contours and just try to make these lines not as harsh. If you get it in your eyebrows, definitely brush that out because it's gonna look crazy. I almost forgot to tell you guys a story. I've just been like doing my makeup so into it. I told this story in the last Get Ready With Me that I did, but because of the technical difficulties, it got cut out and I was so upset because I was so excited to tell you how upset I was. But anyways, I'm gonna tell you guys now. So, I got misgendered the other day and I'm pissed about it. But I was at McDonald's in the drive-thru, right? My lips look so crusty and gross. It's just foundation, I swear I'm not that crusty and gross. But we drive up to the motherfucking window, or not the window, we drive up to the fucking speaker and I place my order. I'm like, hey, can I get a 10-piece chicken nugget, like a root beer, all that kind of whatever. It's going perfectly fine, everything is well. They have sweet and sour sauce and nothing is wrong. I wasn't getting ice cream, the machine wasn't broken, it's fine, right? Everything was fine. I'm gonna use this dark brown eyeshadow and add some freckles as I cry my way through this story. I'm just kidding. I'm totally fine. I'm just kidding. But anyways, he's like reading back the order to me. He's like, is this what you got? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's it. And then he goes, all right, pull around, sir. I'm gonna cry. He's like looked over and I was like to the person in my passenger seat, I just look at him and I'm like, is this real life? Did you hear that? And he's just like smiling, like, it was clear as day. Like he definitely said sir. Like he 100% said sir. My ex was like, no, he was probably just looking at a different screen and like got confused, you know, like saw a boy and like, you know, just it slipped out. Like there's no way that he thought you were a boy, blah, 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 all this stuff, like trying to make me feel better. He definitely thought it. Like he definitely thought it. But I brought it up in my last video because I was doing the assumptions or whatever. And somebody said, I assume that you are afraid to talk in public because you're self-conscious about your voice or something like that. And honestly, after that, yeah, F you, bro. I feel like in my videos, I'm super comfortable with you guys. So my voice kind of like, you know, it gets a little bit lower. I just kind of relax and just start talking to you guys. But when I'm living my life day to day, when I'm like in public, like, hey, how are you? Like, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. Like super, like I try really hard. I'm putting on a little highlight now. But anyways, I drove up to the window and I'm like, what do I do? Like, I can't pull up to the window after he just called me sir. Like, it's just, I can't do that. Like, absolutely not. I had to, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna get out of my car in the middle of the drive-thru and like be like, okay, you drive, something like that. I just pulled ahead. Obviously he didn't say sir again or like say, hey dude, hey bro, anything like that, but I was like, here's my card. I wasn't even hurt that he called me sir. I was more so like embarrassed and like scared that I would go up to the window and he would be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to call you sir. And like, it would just be this awkward situation. Like I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to have to like, you know, it's just, it's so uncomfortable. Like, obviously, if you're not trans, you probably don't get it, but, like, it's very, like, it hurts, you know what I'm saying? Like, not just because, like, they're like, oh, blah, 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 you're a boy, but it's also like, oh, okay, what about me is not reading female? Especially as a binary trans person that like tries hard to pass, at least like in public settings. You guys know that I'm super open and like I'm very proudly a trans woman. I'm not like ashamed of it at all, but when I don't want somebody to know, I don't want them to know, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go in with a little bit of lip liner. All jokes aside, I'm over it. Like, it was whatever, I'm fine, it's whatever. I'm just kidding. It sucks, but like, you know, it happens, it's whatever. I am gonna add a little bit of a highlight onto my nose. So I'm just taking this little tiny nose brush. This is like my favorite step, honestly. Just put a little dot right there. And then I go down like right here. Especially with the lighting. What nose? I'm also gonna take a little bit of a lighter highlight shade and put it right in here. Okay guys, we are pretty much done with the makeup. I'm gonna go ahead and do some finishing touches. I'm gonna add some lashes, do my lipstick. And yeah, after that I'll be back. What do you think? Let me get the lipstick off my teeth, then you can really decide if you like it. I am feeling this dark brown lipstick. Come on, fall vibes, come on, come on. I don't know, brown lipstick, shit. If you guys are curious, I'm using the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in shade 85 Protector. Dark lipstick used to be my shit. I used to wear dark lipstick every day, and I think I'm gonna bring it back. What do you guys think? If you guys did like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. It really helps out my channel a lot, so I would really appreciate it. Subscribe if you are not already and you would like to be. Ring the little bell so that you don't miss out when I post. And also comment down below, say hi, let me know what your favorite step was, let me know what your favorite Christmas movie, your favorite Diwali movie, whatever it is, just say hi down below. Thank you so much to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. Make sure that you guys go check out the link in my description, see if you guys like anything. Like I said, they're doing a deal right now, so don't miss it. Other than that, I think I'm going to go. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in Monday's video. Bye, guys.